Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome. John Kelly, Criminal Profiler here. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be dissecting the mind of Stephen Paddock. You know, the beast of Las Vegas. We're going to try and figure out what would cause this multimillionaire to go berserk and commit one of the biggest mass murders in the history of the United States. When we look at Stephen Paddock's autopsy report, there's really not a whole lot to glean from it. I mean, it doesn't seem like there were any physical problems. Definitely, there were no brain abnormalities. We couldn't see any brain disease. We didn't see any tumors on the brain. Came back pretty sparse. When we look at his toxology report, I mean, his blood came back negative for any outside substances. So that means he wasn't under the influence of any substance when he committed the murders. We do find some substance in his urine test results. It was an anti-anxiety medication called Valium. Some Valium did show up, but because that showed up in the urine and not the blood, that even shows that Stephen Paddock was not under the influence of even the Valium medication that he was prescribed when he committed the murders. When we look at Stephen Paddock and we try to unlock the mystery of why this multimillionaire became one of the greatest mass murders in United States history, we have to focus on his childhood. And in his childhood, we have him being born to a psychopathic father. His father was a diagnosed psychopath. That predisposes him genetically to becoming a psychopath. And then we have to realize that in this childhood, that he incurred a lot of shame, a lot of low self-esteem, depression, and guilt because his father was a bank robber. He was on the FBI's most wanted list, and he was arrested. And the whole family had to suffer from this humiliation and shame, okay? So these are the different ingredients that are involved in the recipe of Stephen Paddock's childhood. And then when you add that into, this anger, this simmering, internalized anger, which became volcanic rage, we have a clear idea of what the beginning and what the end could possibly be. When we look at Stephen Paddock, we have to try and unlock the mystery of why Stephen Paddock picked the city of Las Vegas for this murderous rampage. And the only thing I can analyze from everything I've looked at is that years earlier, his father was involved in a very violent altercation with law enforcement. The FBI, right in Las Vegas. And in that altercation, he was shot at, and the windshield of his car was blown out. He was almost hit by the bullet. He stopped the car, he got out of the car, he was arrested. He was physically taken off to prison. I believe over the years that this bothered Stephen Paddock. I believe that over the years, the simmering anger just progressed into explosive murderous rage on the people of Las Vegas for what happened to his father.